يوصلونا يعملون هذا أجيب له حليب وبامباز. والله ما أنا عارف من وين أجيب.
It is not time to tell the world leaders to realize how important education is. They already know it. Their own children are in good schools.
Thank you everyone for being here. I just want to say that you are all so gifted and talented to be able to present in
Let me ask you a simple question. Who is a child?
According to data, in 2021, UNICEF found
Good evening, everyone. It is my great honor to welcome you all to this World Students' Parliament session. I am Jelisha, the project leader, and today we gather here to discuss a topic of highest importance: elders' responsibilities to protect children from physical and mental abuse. Children are the most unprotected members of our society, and it is the duty of leaders, parents, guardians, teachers, and community leaders to safeguard them from any form of abuse. Physical and mental abuse not only harm a child's body, but also leave deep scars on their mind and spirit. These effects can last a lifetime, shaping their future in ways we cannot always see. As elders, the responsibility goes beyond just providing basic needs. It is about creating an environment where children feel safe, heard, and protected. Elders must be role models, guiding with kindness and respect, teaching their children their worth, and standing up against any form of violence, whether it occurs from home, school, or in society. Today we come together not just to discuss, to actively find ways to ensure that every child is shielded from abuse. Let us work towards building a world where every child can grow up in an environment of love and safety. I look forward to the insightful discussions we will have today and the solutions we can bring forth together. Thank you all for your commitment to this key cause. Let us begin our session with hope and determination to protect every child's right to live free from fear and harm. Now I would like to hand over the program to our respected moderator, Nudra.
Thank you, Jelisha. Ladies and gentlemen, respected President of International Association for Quality Education, Mr. Janaka Kamalgodu, respected Chief Guest of the Day, Mr. Prashant Sharma, Project Advisory Committee members, project leaders, and my dear presenters, a very good evening to all of you who are presented here today. It's indeed pleasure to invite you all to this platform where we are connected from across the globe. I'm Nudratul Islam. I'm from Sri Lanka, and I'll be the host for today's session. So before we begin on with the session, I would like to invite our chief guest of the day, Mr. Prashant Sharma, principal of Jindal Vidya Mandir, Mumbai, India, to address the gathering.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Greetings and thank you, Nudra. Please excuse me if I can't pronounce your name correctly. Thank you so much. I am losing my confidence when I am listening to both the speakers just in the beginning. It's so confident. When I was young, I may not have the same confidence that you have. So thank you so much for bringing it to this level where I am given the responsibility to be the chief guest and talking to young leaders of tomorrow. Uh, I want to call you all as friends because I believe that you are the ones who are natives to this era, this society. We are old people. You can see the gray hairs over here. I'm from an era where this topic was not so openly discussed, and maybe the people were not aware. So whatever little experience that I have, I'm going to talk to you about something very important. How as adults we can, whether we are the parents or the teachers or the community members who are responsible for making sure that you kids are safe, protected, and supported. Let me ask you one question. Do you feel safe at school, or when you are with your friends, or when you are at home? I think feeling safe is very important, and it's your fundamental right, I believe. Only then the society can progress. Only then you people will think openly. Only then you people will be innovating. Now comes the type of safety Dudra was, Jalisha was talking about physical and emotional safety, right? Both the things are very important. Like uh, physical abuse, the society is such that we all come across various situations where there are physical abuse is happening, or even the emotional abuse is happening when you are in school, or when you are in the vicinity, in the neighborhood, or anywhere. There can be many instances where the physical abuse, which is visible to you, which is visible, but there are certain abuses which are not visible, emotional abuses, when the people are bullying you with their words, right? So I think it is the responsibility of elders like us who provide you that congenial environment where you can raise your voice whenever you feel unprotected. And there can be situations when we see some of our friends uh, who are quieter than usual, who doesn't want to participate in things usually how they are doing. And I think these are the signs, these are the alarming situations or signs where we can interpret that something is wrong with the child, with the friend, with our friend, or with the child. And I think that that's where our role becomes very, very important. For that, we need to open those modes of communication. I think when a child feels scared and does not want to share anything, he needs somebody who is close enough with whom he can discuss all his worries, all his uh, when he is being scared. And the next thing is sometimes we have seen that in the name of discipline, some people are hitting the kids in school. Especially I have seen when I am a principal in some school, and I have seen sometimes people get angry and in the name of discipline they start hitting the kids. I think that should be prohibited, because that is also a form of physical abuse. So you have all the right as kids to raise your voice. Don't feel shy, even if you are raising a voice and it is wrong. There is nothing wrong about when you are talking about it. You always have to ask a question. So as an individual, I always feel that asking a question is the right of every child, and you should not be afraid of asking questions. So ask a question, even if you are wrong. There is nothing wrong about it, right? And I think it is your right to say no if you don't like anything, and that will make you more and more resilient towards any kind of physical or mental or emotional abuse. Um, I'm from a school, so I know that there are some kind of committees where you can raise your voice. Like we have in India, we have POXO committee, prevention of sexual offenses against the kids, against the children. So in I'm sure in your schools also there are committees like that where you can always approach with your concerns. uh, Secondly, there are helpline numbers. Like in our country, we have child helpline numbers like 1098, where every child can be protected 24/7. And if I am not wrong, because I am seeing so many students, they must be full of data. So 4 lakh, around 4 lakh children are protected from these kinds of abuses annually. So this is something alarming, and this is something good for the society. I think 10, 20 years back, this was not happening. And we are now raising these things. I think it means that most of the kids are aware. There are there are drives in the school where the children are sensitized about these issues, and more and more connections are required where the children can discuss all their issues. There should be some people with whom they can discuss even when they are feeling being scared or being bullied. These are something which we can always provide. Uh, At the end, I will just say it is our job to protect you, not just by preventing bad things from happening, but also provide the support once, if even if after all the efforts the child is abused, there should be an environment where he should be given a chance to recover, where he has the chance to again gain his confidence and live peacefully. So uh, always remember that you are not at all alone. We are here to protect and empower you in every possible way. And I think there are enough laws, there are enough counselors, there are enough support system in every country where the kids can be protected. Here, I want to hear from each one of you what you think about what what systems we should put in place so that this protection goes to a next level. So I'm very eager to listen to all the parliamentary members over here who are going to give us a lot of insights today, where we are going to devise certain strategies by which we'll have more protected society and more confident individuals. With this, I rest my words and very eager to listen to all of you. I hand over the proceedings to again Nudra. Thank you. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you, sir, for your kind words. And yes, let me give you all a brief introduction of this topic. So
Yeah.
yes, as a child, I think it is really important that the elder I think that the elder has a responsibility to protect children from the physical and mental abuses. But why is it important? So elders play a crucial role in protecting children from physical and mental abuse under several reasons. In my point of view, I think the three reasons that I mostly look up into is experience and wisdom. Elders often have life experiences that allow them to recognize abuse and understand its long-term impacts on child's development. So elders can give them the signs for the right path in their life. And the second reason that I think is support systems. Elders can also help build strong family and community networks or relationships, offering resources and support to the children. Because a child must have someone who he or she can speak openly to. Because a child goes through a lot of problems. So he or she might have should have someone who she can speak with trust, who she can trust, and also who will understand that person. And I think that there are a lot of essential keys that a child should be protected from these type of abuses. The first one, I think, is the right that a child has. The third right, I guess, the right to safety. Every child has the fundamental right to a safe and a nurturing environment where they can grow and thrive their goals. And also, they can also the second and essential thing is the breaking the cycle. Protecting children from the abuses like physical and mental abuses helps them to break the cycle of violence and trauma, reducing the likelihood that future generation will experience or perpetrate abuses. According to my research that I did, that I agree with the point that children who doesn't have the care of elders are more likely into these type of abuses, such as physical and mental abuses. So it's elders' responsibility to give the correct amount of care and love for those type of children, because children sometimes they might be wrong in some ways. So the elders have to guide them into the right path. And overall, the presence of caring elders for a child is crucial for creating a safe environment that protects children from various forms of abuses. So this is what I think from my point of view. I want to hear what the children from across the globe think about this topic. So now I would like to call up, before I call up the presenters, I would like to call the presenters to introduce themselves with their country's name and the school which they are coming from. So the first speaker, Ramiz Kadir, please introduce yourself.
Greetings, everyone. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
I am Ramiz Kadir, and I am from Pakistan. I am currently studying in Modern Age Public School and College, Ahmedabad, and I am in my second year of college. And I will be looking forward to a fruitful discussion with all of the presenters. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you, Ramiz. And now I would like to ask Kashaf Nasir to introduce herself.
Assalamualaikum everyone, this is Nikisha here. I study in the Government College for Women in here, Pakistan, Derawala, and I'm speaking from Pakistan. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And yes, Mukul, you can introduce yourself.
Namaste. Greetings to everyone. This is Mukul Mukherjee, a student of Kuans Global School, and I'm representing India. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mukul. And Fatima and Muhammad bin Zubair, are you here? If not, so let us move on with the proceedings. So now I would like to call our first speaker, Ramiz Kadir from Pakistan, to say what he thinks about this topic. This is your turn.
Okay, thank you so much. Honorable chairs, ladies and gentlemen, today I want to talk about a pressing issue that affects the well-being of our future generation. The responsibility of elders in protecting children from physical and mental abuse. Across the globe, children are vulnerable, and it is our duty as adults to shield them from harm. According to a report by the World Organization, an estimate 1 in 4 children experience physical violence, and nearly 1 in 5 girls and 1 in 13 boys experience sexual abuse. Alarming, reflecting a global crisis that demands immediate attention. As elders, guardians, teachers, and community leaders, we hold the responsibility to create a safe environment for children. This protection starts with awareness. We must recognize signs of abuse, both physical and emotional. Children may exhibit changes in behavior, such as withdrawal or aggression, and they may have unexplained injuries as well. It's crucial that we remain vigilant and responsive. One way to foster protection is through education. Knowledge empowers us. By educating ourselves and our communities about the impact of abuse, we can create a culture of prevention. We must instill values of respect and Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
We must let example. Elders should model healthy relationship and conflicts resolution. As the saying goes, children learn more from what you are than what you teach. Our action speaks volumes. If we demonstrate empathy and compassion, children are more likely to internalize those values. Another critical aspect is open communication. We must encourage children to express their feelings and experiences without fear of judgment. Creating a safe space for dialogue can significantly reduce the likelihood of abuse going unreported. According to the study by the National Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Children, children who have a trusting relationship with an adult are more likely to disclose their experiences of abuse. Additionally, we must engage with local and global organizations that specialize in children protection. Initiatives that support mental health and provide resources for at risk families can make a significant difference. For instance, the United Nations Convention on the Rights of the Child emphasizes the importance of protecting children from abuse and neglect, urging nations to prioritize their well being. In conclusion, the responsibility to protect children from physical and mental abuse lies heavily on our shoulders as elders. We must take actions by educating ourselves, modeling appropriate behavior, fostering open communication, and supporting organizations dedicated to child protection. As Nelson Mandela wisely said, there can be no keener revolution of a society's soul than the way in which it treats its children. Let us ensure that our society treats children with dignity and protection they deserve. Together, we can create a world where every child feels safe and valued. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ramesh Kadir. That was nice to hear from you. And now I would like to call our next presenter, Kashaf Nasir from Pakistan, to speak her.
Assalamu alaikum everyone again. Thank you so much, Nita, for inviting. And today we all are gathered here to share a critical issue of how elders can protect children from mental and physical abuse. Well, I would like to put some facts in front of you guys. So, from 1 in 5 children are globally abused, and 90% abusers are known to the children. Means 90% of abusers are nearby them. It can be any other uncle, any other teachers, any other tutors, any other gym trainers. It can be anyone. It can be any of the neighbors. And one more thing, that mental abuse is as damaging as physical abuse. And actionable steps that, as our chief guest, Mr. Sharma said, the actionable steps that what we can do to eradicate this mental and physical abuse, how to protect children from mental and physical abuse. Well, we can, keep an eye on our societies and well aware of the unusual activities around and going around in our societies. For example, we are in a society, and all of a sudden there is a bunch of people wandering around our society for no reason. We have never seen them around the society, but they are still wandering around. Now that is an alarming situation. Next, we can support the organizations who are working to protect the children from mental and physical abuse. An international organization that is working is UNICEF. So we all are pretty aware of it. And some of the Asian organizations that are working to protect the children from physical and mental abuse are Save the Children from Asia and Child Fund from Asia. And last but not least, open conversations. Open conversations allow the children to, conversate with their elders. Now, we all elders consider it pretty awkward. We consider it an awkward situation, an awkward conversation to ask our children, our young sisters, our young brothers, whether they are being abused in the schools, any of the educational institutes, gyms, or wherever they go to play, or even the neighbors. We consider it very, a bit awkward situation, a situation that we cannot handle. As elders, as we cannot handle it, then how we can expect from children? If we do not teach them, then who will? If we do not conversate them, then they will be the same as ours. And this child mental and physical abuse will be going on and on and on. We all are pretty aware of the physical abuse, which is we consider it as teachers beating the students and the sexual harassment and many of the other physical abuses that we are pretty aware of. The one we get confused is mental abuse. Now, what are mental abuse? Some of us get, pretty confused. What is mental abuse? Mental abuse can start from the house. It can be the situation a family is going through. It can be poverty. It can be family conflicts. It can be the fights, the constant fights between a mother and a father. It can affect a children badly. And one of the most famous mental abuse that every single child of the world is being abused is grading. Their grades. They are being abused mentally on their grades. Their families like you have to get the A grade, A grade, A grade, A grade. You don't get the A grade, you're a loser. No. Einstein was not able to get the A grade, but he was able to do the great things. He all made us aware of the great field of physics and the formula that we all use, E is equals to mc squared. Now, who doesn't know that formula? We all know that. We all are not, capable of getting good grades, but we all are capable for great things. We all are the stars, the shining stars in our own ways. We all are best in our own ways. And I would end it here with the quote of Mother Teresa. You can do the things that I cannot. I can do the things that you cannot. But together, we can do the great things. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you, Kashaf. And now I would like to call the next speaker, Muhammad bin Zubair. I guess he's not here, so let us move on with the next presenter, Mukul from India.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Just wanted to say that my camera isn't working, so is it possible that can I give the speech without opening the camera?
Yes, Mukul.
Thank you so much. Greetings to everyone once again. Hope everyone is having a good day. I'm Mukul Mukherjee from Kuas Global School representing India, and I'll be speaking about the topic on elders' responsibility to protect children from physical and mental abuse. Imagine, for a moment, the innocence of a child, their laughter, their curiosity, and their unwavering trust in the world around them. It is our sacred duty to shield that innocence from harm. We are not merely caregivers, we are the guardians of their dreams and protectors of their well being. In a world where the harsh realities of abuse can lurk in unexpected places, vigilance is essential. We must cultivate an acute awareness of signs of abuse, those sudden changes in a child's behavior that often speak volumes when words fail. Whether it's a bruise hidden beneath a sleeve or a once joyful manner that becomes withdrawn. Recognizing these red flags is crucial. Reporting suspected abuse is not just an option, it is a moral imperative that can save a child from further suffering. Moreover, we have the power to advocate for safe spaces, that is, home filled with love and schools that prioritize emotional well being. Let us be the voice that champions kindness and respect. By teaching children about healthy relationships and the importance of boundaries, we can instill values that empowers them to speak up against any form of mistreatment. Education is another vital tool in our arsenal. We must engage families in conversations about non-violence discipline methods, emphasizing that love does not hurt and discipline does not mean punishment. By fostering environments where children feel safe to express themselves, we can build, we can help them build resilience against the challenges they may face. In conclusion, let us embrace our role as elders with passion and commitment. By being vigilant, advocating for safe environment, and educating those around us, we can create a protective shield around our children, a shield that allows them to flourish in safety and love. Together, let us ensure that grow up free from fear, surrounded by the warmth of compassion and understanding. Thank you so much for hearing me.
Thank you, Mukul. And now I would like to call Muhammad bin Zubair to give his.
Assalamu alaikum. I am audible.
Yes, you are.
My name is Muhammad bin Zubair. I am from Pakistan and I read in class 3 levels, just like 8th class, and my institute name is the Pumpkin International College. Today, my topic of presentation or just like speech is elder responsibilities to protect children from physical and mental abuse. See, now I would like to clear the physical and mental abuse difference. While both involve an imbalance of power, physiology abuse does not usually involve physically context. Instead, it focuses on attacking person mental states of self-worth in order to control them. On the one hand, physical abuse involves purposefully inflicting physically harm on another person, such as mental abuse. Mental abuse is a form of physiology violence that involves manipulating, intimidating, or humiliating someone to undermine their self-estimate and make them feel worse about themselves. It can also be referred to a physiology abuse or emotion abuse. Now, elder responsibilities to protect children from physical and mental abuse. To protect children from mental and physical abuse, it is essential to focus on a few key strategies. First, education children about boundaries, constructions, and health relationship with fostering open communities. So they feel safe discussing their feelings and expressions. Create a safe environment in school, home, societies, and everywhere. and friendly its prime duty to elders to protect children. Parents should create observing to make it sure to save their children everywhere. As we live in Pakistan and India, children's abuse is very common. They are facing many threats like kidnap, sexual abuse, and humanity trapping, child labor. The main points of child abuse. The childhood have a big problem. The problem is not giving their right for completing their studies, and they do early marry and the result is not good and they lost their career. Thank you for listening me carefully.
Thank you, Muhammad. And that's all we have today as the presenters. And it was really nice to hear what we as children we think that what are the responsibilities that elders have towards us. And yes, it was a collective information. Even though this topic has a deep meaning, if we take the physical and mental abuse, but we all spoke on what has to be spoken on, the main points. And yes, now I would like to give this lectern back to our project leader, Jalisha, to continue.
Thank you so much, Nudra. Now it is time to hear the feedbacks from each and every one of you. Starting off, I would like to invite Chief Guest, Mr. Prashant Sharma, the Principal of Dinyar Vidya Mandir, Mumbai, India, to provide his feedbacks.
Thanks, Delisha. I was really astounded by the various speakers, how well they have curated their speeches. I didn't know how well they are prepared, but the facts, the figures that they presented, and the solutions they created, I don't know whether we were capable of doing that in our age or not. But I'm sure everybody was everybody researched well on the topic. Uh, I like the way Kashaf talk about various factors of child abuse and then gave a lot of data to us. I think this was a wonderful speech. Even Ramiz Kadir was wonderful. Of course, everybody had something better than the other. So it was a wonderful experience of listening to such young talents over here. I'm really happy being here. I want to add one thing, and that is everybody was talking about it. I felt you missed out on one thing that is called as self-esteem. It's a very important factor when it comes to fighting with child abuse. If you have your self-esteem, you will always be confident. You will always raise your voice. You know that 90% of the crimes that happen against children in different countries, like 4 billion children undergo different type of child abuse every year. It's a huge number, right? So the biggest problem is most of the crimes are unnoticed and they are not being raised. So the best part of fighting with child abuse is, I think, self-esteem. If a child is confident, if a child feels that he has high self-esteem, he will always raise his voice. So raising a voice is the biggest thing that we are looking forward to have in this generation. And I'm sure with the kids like you who are spreading the awareness all across, I think this is going to happen very soon. That's all from my side. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. It was so great to hear from you. Now let's hop on to the participants. First, let's hear the feedback from our moderator, Nudra.
So once again, hi everyone. So yes, as our chief guest said that we forgot to mention that one fact, self-esteem. Yes, I think we all have to see what is self-esteem, because self-esteem is a really important factor. And yes, I think we all spoke very great, and I met a lot of new people more than the last session. So it's really nice to get to know new people and also each one of us think different from our perception is different towards this topic. So it's really nice to get to know each one of us perception and learn from all of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Nudra. Next, we have Ramesh to provide his feedbacks.
It was clearly a fascinating session, which clearly expanded my information regarding the topic. And the speakers were very much creative. They gave their best. They gave the data and the different facts and figures we need to know, and how we can learn from this and give a positive contribution to the community, to the society we live in, and protect the younger siblings, the younger children around us. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much, Ramesh. Next, we have Kashaf.
Thanks, Talisha. And that was absolutely wonderful and fascinating insight from everyone. And thank you, Mr. Sharma, for appreciating everyone. And when the fact that you talked about the fact of self-esteem, learn how to say no is also related to this. Learn how to say no. If we know where to say no and where to say yes, we can sustain our self-esteem. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Kashaf. Next, we have Muhammad bin Zubair to provide his feedback. Zubair? Okay, so then I'll move on. Next we have Amber Fatima. Amber Fatima, we would like to hear your feedbacks. Yes, Zurail. Amber, we would like to hear your feedbacks. Or what about Zurail? Who wants to provide their feedback? Zubair. Okay, then let's move on to Mukul's feedback. Mukul, we would like to hear your feedback.
Thank you so much for this informative session. Thanks to our chief guest for enlightening us about this topic, and thank you to my mates across the globe. I like the speeches and the facts they give. I learned a lot about this topic from this session. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mukul. As we come to the close of today's World Students' Parliament session, I would like to take a moment to express my deepest gratitude to everyone who made this event a success. First and foremost, I would like to extend my heartfelt thanks to our President, Mr. Janaka Kamalgoda. Your leadership and vision have inspired us to address the critical issue of protecting children from physical and mental abuse. Thank you for your continued support and guidance, which have made today's session possible. A special thanks goes to our respected chief guest, Mr. Prashant Sharma. Your presence and insightful words have added significant value to this session. We are truly honored to have you with us today, and your dedication to the cause of child protection is deeply appreciated. Thank you for sharing your knowledge and experience with us. To all the participants, your active involvement and contributions have been the heart of today's discussions. Each one of you brought unique perspectives, and together we have taken a step closer to creating a world where children can thrive in safety. Your passion and commitment to this cause are truly inspiring, and I thank you for making this event so engaging and impactful. Once again, a big thank you to everyone present for making today a success. Together, let us continue our efforts to protect and care the children of tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Thanks, Jalisha, Nudra, Kashaf. It's really nice to see so many kids from different places. Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for joining, sir.
So high, I'm hypnotized. What's up is down, what's left is right. Chasing stars and holding you. I can't see the end, but we'll see it through.